Now, of course, all of us need one decent laptop or notebook or ultrabook, right? Notebooks, slim, lightweight, that's the key feature. And we all need one, right? Because frankly speaking, a smartphone can do a lot of things for you, but not this. You just want to sit and maybe work on your Excel or on a PPT, or maybe you want to write a script, check mail, or maybe just watch a video, right? You need one. And the thing is, for under a lakh, you can get a good notebook, and you would do a lot of research for it because you want to make sure that a notebook lasts you for around good 5 years. You would not really think all that much when buying a smartphone, but when buying a notebook, that's exactly what you think. Alright, so what we have here is the Asus VivoBook S14. It's available in 3 variants, and the RAM is the same, but the processors are different. One is powered by an Intel i3 processor, 8th gen. That is priced for 54,990 rupees. What I have is the one that's powered by the i5 processor, and this is priced at 64,990. And then there is another one, i7, and that's priced at 74,990. Although on the website right now only the i3 and the i5 power notebooks are available. So the USP of this one, of course, is that it's very lightweight. It's just around 1.2 kgs, so it's quite slim as well. All plastic construction, so you can just put in this case that you get and maybe in your laptop and just not be bothered with it, right? Not all that weight. And the plastic is a premium quality plastic. It feels sturdy. It's not all that rock solid, but sturdy enough to prevent the machine from any kind of damage. And yeah, it works. Looks pretty good also. What we get is a 14-inch of display, and it's a good display, full HD display. Asus likes to call it the Nano Edge display, and you get almost 80% of screen to body ratio. The brightness and the color levels are pretty decent, and I think it works well for most of us, but not really the brightest and the most colorful display that you can get at this price, especially when you're buying the i5 or the i7 processor, but it works. There's also 178 degree of wide viewing angle, and overall viewing angles are decent. Not bad, but just decent enough. Of course, you will not be using your laptop and standing on different angles, right? You're going to be looking at it straight on. So it works really well over there also. And like I said, plastic construction, and when you're placing your palms to type, it does collapse a bit. Small depression that you'll get, but it's manageable, right? Nothing to worry about. The keyboard is also very decent, very smooth, good feedback, very tactile, and the travel distance is also short, so you can type in quite fast, right? And like I said, it's plastic, so it does caves in a little bit, but nothing much to worry about. You're taken care of. And also good clear actuation point. And when we talk about the click pad, the multifunctional, multi-touch click pad, that also works pretty well. And also you get a fingerprint scanner for more secure access. So that's also great. If I talk about connectivity options, there are good amount of connectivity options. You get 2 USB port. There's also USB Type-C, micro SD card slot, and also mini HDMI, and your audio jack as well. And talking about the audio jack, well, the audio quality in this is surprisingly very well. And let's talk about the performance now. Performance, like I said, this one is running on the Intel i5 8th gen processor, clocked at 1.6 gigahertz, and with the Intel Turbo Boost technology, you can go up to 3.4 gigahertz. And I think it's good enough with 8 GB of RAM that you get over here and 256 GB of SATA 3 SSD. The performance is very smooth. It boots fast, the apps load fast, and you're going to be like totally satisfied with this. And yeah, the graphic card, it has the Intel UHD Graphics 620, and it does its job pretty well, renders the images and those softwares pretty well. And so not really meant for gaming, but you can of course play those games that don't demand too much from a system. So, and at a lower settings, you can play your games and pass your time. So I think overall it's a good proposition, and if you're someone who just wants a good notebook, I would recommend the i3 processor because it has the same 8 GB of RAM, and the processor is good enough for your regular tasks. Like if you just want to work on your PPT, surf the web, watch videos, then i3 makes total sense. i5 is also good if you have a little higher requirement, and if you want a little more, of course, go for the i7. So I think in this price range, it's pretty good, lightweight, compact, and also the hinges. Yeah, that's another thing that I really like about this. Doesn't go all that back, but the hinges are very smooth and it doesn't really wobble, so it just stays, right? And like I said, the design, it's pretty cool, right? Slim, lightweight, and of course you can get those fancy covers these days just to, give it a nice look. But I think, yeah, for the price, it's a very good proposition, the Asus VivoBook S14.